Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all for being here. I would like to talk a little bit about name, image, and likeness, and sort of what you all think is the future of that landscape. I believe back in 2021, Pennsylvania, we passed our own version of NIL. And I think this topic has really exploded in recent years, and we're in a place right now where I don't know if 5, 10 years ago we imagined we would be here this quickly. And I know that there are several other states that have passed their own or expanded their own versions of NIL, which makes it a more competitive sort of landscape and environment for our universities to attract student athletes. I believe there are 6 states, California, Georgia, Illinois, Ohio, Oklahoma, and Virginia, who allow universities to directly pay NIL compensation to athletes without having any adverse effect from the conferences or from the NCAA. So just want to kind of get your thought process, your feedback on how NIL is impacting your institutions and what you think the future of that is going to look like.
I'll start, although I know who you really want to hear from on this question. Could not agree more at the amount of change and the pace of change in the intercollegiate athletics environment. And we were very grateful to partner on the development of legislation within the Commonwealth that put us in a more competitive position. It is very possible that as the ground shifts, which it's doing very rapidly, that there would be a conversation that we would want to have again. But where we are right now is in a very rapid state of change, awaiting word on the national standards, which have been evolving very quickly and which we expect to hear more about actually within the next few weeks with what is referred to as the House settlement. Those of you who track this closely would know that that's coming soon. That is a very significant pin in the map, so to speak, in terms of how the entire process of the student-athlete experience and the financial resources available to them through that experience is shifting. So yes, there's much appreciation for where we are now. The future is changing, and that may inspire additional conversations. And we are also in the midst of a pretty significant amount of disruption as well.
Oh, I agree. You can't beat an attorney in the answer to how to do that. I agree, sir. It's truly a changing landscape. We're all monitoring. And I think April 17th, is that the House settlement? So right now, we will come back to you as things evolve.
I think what I worry most about now, first of all, this is not sustainable financially. I mean, this is just an arms race out of control. But beyond that, I really worry about the impact on our student athletes. I mean, they are, after all, our student athletes. And I think the sort of pressure that come from things like NIL, the use of the transfer portal, I think this creates a very disruptive experience for them academically. And we know most of them are not going to go on to become professional athletes and make their living that way. And so I think we also have to sort of wonder about how's all this impacting the people who are on the field or on the court. And I would submit probably not well in the long term.
Gotcha. Yeah, well, I was not fortunate enough to be a student athlete. I was just a student. But I did have a lot of friends in my class that were student athletes, and they often talk about a lot of the challenges that they experienced in order to just have food or to have money in their pockets. So I definitely want to figure out how we can do everything that we can to protect our young folks. I think there's also a better need for student athlete and agent contracting, and when it comes to that being in writing, I think that protects the athletes, it protects the coaches, it also probably protects you all as the universities when it comes to litigation and things of that nature. So I'm committed to doing whatever we need to do here in Pennsylvania to help move that forward. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you.